Okay, I'll just get some peanut butter. Oh. Eikö aina suo mun ruokaa, koirat? Miksi hän aina suo? Aina.
Rachel, are you speaking in Finnish to yourself again? Really?
Totta kai, koska et ymmärrä, miten mä sanon.
What?
Oh, nothing, babe. I was just thinking out loud. I wasn't speaking in Finnish.
Boomer. Hey.
Hi, what's up? I'm Rachel, and this is Corey.
Corey Sanders.
Yeah, fun fact, by the way. He took my last name. I guess traditionally it's supposed to be that the woman would take the man's last name, but he took Sanders.
It's a cool name.
Which is pretty awesome because I have kids and now I get to keep their last names and all of that. So we're in an age gap marriage. I'm 41, he's 22, and we wanted to talk to you today about what we fight about most and our differences. Believe it or not, we don't actually fight a whole lot. When we do, it's kind of like a explosive fire that it like comes really fast and then it just fizzles out really fast.
She's mean.
I can be mean. He can be mean too. He cools off faster than I do. When we do get in an argument, he calms down faster.
We don't really look at each other as the problem, but look inside ourselves. And that's why I guess that not many people are like that, so that's why me and her are so compatible, because we always look first at what we're doing wrong, and then, and then we kind of like come at each other to solve the problem.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, a key to a lot of great marriages. I read a lot of self-help books, by the way. But, yeah.
Sometimes we would be fighting and it's like, I'm just manipulating you to try to get you to stay. It'd be fine right now. Like, we're so self-aware of like even our wrong behaviors in the midst of an argument. Well, definitely we have the same long-term goals. Our long-term goals match up equally, and we have very, very similar personal goals as well. And I think what causes a lot of tension, or the most tension, is sometimes we feel like the way to get to those goals, that we're taking different routes to get there.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like we have the same goals, but sometimes different paths. I'm like really into financial saving and like a whole bunch of stuff, and she is too, but there's different ways to do it, and sometimes we have to really just come on a meeting on that and try to figure it out.
And then I think once we talk, then we realize, okay, we are on the same page. And most of the time it's just like a misunderstanding, or we were not expressing ourselves in a way that the other person would understand. So in the end, it turns out that 9 times out of 10 we're already on the same path. We just kind of get lost in the moment and feel like that we're not. And I feel like sometimes anytime that the word money is mentioned, it's like an automatic trigger for some tension to come in. Even if we don't normally fight about money, because we have the same goals financially, and we have an understanding of how money works and how to get to those goals, and the daily habits that we need to have to get there. But I feel like, at least for me speaking, there's some attachments in my mind and maybe to my emotions from past arguments, or arguments with my family or something like that about money. Because sometimes it's so ridiculous when the word money is mentioned. It's just like I feel tension, like almost like this defense mechanism kicks in. And if I'm not like really paying attention to that, then it might turn into an argument, because I might get a little irritable.
Money with me is like, it's important, but it's not like the most important.
And I feel like in the beginning of our marriage, I think it was harder on me because I am older, and I feel like the older that you get, the more stuck in routine you get, and the harder it is for change. And I feel like definitely in the beginning of our marriage that caused some problems, because he was like figuring stuff out. He's younger, and he knew where he wanted to go. It just took a while for him to figure out how he was going to get there. And so we were making a lot of changes in the beginning, and for me, I was just like, it was hard for me, but in that, because I really want to like grow and become a better person, I took the best out of it, and I think nowadays I'm really super chill when it comes to change. Because my thing is, I want to be flexible and to be able to move and be spontaneous, you know. So his youth has brought out that part of me that really desires to be young again and free and flexible.
Being late, that's like one of the things every time I go to work or anything, my goal is to be early. I have to be early. If I show up on time, I feel like I'm late. I have to be there, you know, super duper early. I coach kids. That's like my main job, is I coach kids, and one of the rules is you have to show up before every kid is there, because you don't want kids in the gym running around.
He said being on time for you is being late. Rachel showing up in the same day is success. Like, she made it. I have arrived. You should be grateful that I made it. I've gotten so much better. I used to be hours late everywhere, and now I might be like 10, 15 minutes late.
I seen a little post on Facebook I shared. It was like, people who are late are the most creative, and it makes a lot of sense because Rachel's like extremely creative. She just comes up with random things throughout the day. With me personally, like, I have to write everything out. Like, I have like a hard time of not writing everything, so all my goals are on paper. Everything is on paper. With Rachel, she can just create anything from anything, and it takes a long time for me to plan things out to do that. And so yeah, that makes a lot of sense, that people who are late are creative. It makes a lot of sense.
See, there's logic behind it. There's a reason. Other than that, just money, and we're working through that. We're learning each other's trigger words, how to give each other space. But it's been really amazing to see how we definitely come together to find a resolution every single time.
Yeah.
And even if things get really heated, the same day, like same hour, usually we're back on the same page and just like, oh, we're best friends. I'm sorry. We always apologize, and it's so awesome. Super blessed.
We when we say heated, we have grown so much since like the first day. When you can stay calm in any and every situation, then you know you have control of it, right? So that's been a journey of mine, is to just be calm, have peace, be chill, and then think about it, think logically about it, and you know, then discover it from there. I grew up around really explosive tempers, really passive aggressive and then explosive, not really being able to control themselves or their thoughts and stuff, and I've seen marriages end from that. And so I just want to carry on a thing for myself to where I better myself every day in that area of not exploding or getting angry, but just really just staying calm, you know, working through our differences. So
it's been great that we can come together, just give each other grace and understand that we both come from backgrounds, you know, where
it's broken. But another thing is, you can't control how people act. You can only control how you react to the way they act towards you. So if you carry that with you, that's like the key, I feel like, to a lot of things. If you can just control yourself, then your circumstances will control themselves.
That's it. We don't really fight too often, but when we do, it's usually misunderstandings or just some trigger things from the past, some stupid tensions that don't even make sense. But we're gonna make it.
We're gonna make it. We strong.
And we have a lot of fun. At the end of the day, it's not about who can win. It's not a competition, but it's about coming to a resolution together, finding a resolution together. So as long as he doesn't eat all my peanut butter, because, yeah.
It's vegan. We're Texans.
But thanks for watching. If you have any questions for us, let us know. We want to do a Q&A, and so please leave your comments in the comment section.
Below, it's like the little bar thing. You hit the...
Bye.
Bye.